great for speculation. I mean, the Bible did say God is obviously super creative.
Hmm.
But since it doesn't say anything else, that's where really all I could do is just speculate.
Yeah.
So just like you did,
Hmm.
my thoughts just run along the same lines you did. All of those are different things to think about, but I don't really see any biblical commitment
Hmm.
either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say the same. I mean, the Bible contains the most important things for us.
Hmm.
It doesn't contain everything there is to know. There could be
Right.
things out there that we don't know about. And I've always kind of taken the, Jesus' his whole um, incarnation, death on the cross. It had a restorative impact universally, I think. This was even something talked about in the second century a lot by Irenaeus,
Hmm.
who talked
Your
a lot
buddy
about my buddy.
keeps coming back
He
up.
keeps coming back up, but he talked about recapitulation and those ideas and the sort of restoration of not just human beings, but
Hmm.
of all things, of all creation. Somehow all of this will be remade.
Hmm.
What does that mean? We don't know precisely, but that
Hmm.
it will be good. And so
Yeah.
it radiates out, just like how Adam's sin affected more than just humanity.
Yeah.
This what Christ did on the cross, and just in his life too, because the incarnation is a
Hmm.
part of this, and the ascension and all those things
Yeah.
sort of radiates out past just human salvation as
Right.
well.
Well, you have this picture in Revelation of the wolf lying down with the lamb.
Right.
Wolves kill lambs,
Hmm.
and they don't. And so there is this sort of redemptive
Hmm.
uh, understanding of what happens after the new heavens and the new earth are established, is where things that were at once at odds are no longer at
Hmm.
odds, even beyond the human realm.
Yeah.
Whether that's merely figurative or totally literal, the point is that these contradictory things or redemption permeates all of creation itself. And one could think, again, and back to your point, Scott, a lot of this can be speculative. And because, I have this rule, and you've heard me say it a lot, and I got it from somebody else, where the Bible does not speak, I very carefully keep myself from shouting. And one of those areas is this area.
Hmm.
And it could very well be that if there were sentient beings, corporeal, physical beings that came from another world and got their way here and then introduced themselves to us, hopefully politely, um, uh, isn't it possible that Jesus dies for sentient beings, sentient
Yeah.
corporeal beings, we
Mhm.
being an example of which? Now, I think that there's some problems with that too, but that's the whole point with speculation is I can't think through all the permutations because it's not unbiblical, it's just non-biblical. And so I can't tell you that I
Right.
think that that's actually accurate or not. So the point is, we don't have to despair that if there is a
Yeah.
disclosure day, if Steven Spielberg's film
Yeah.
is right, and this, by the way, I mean, I'd love to hear your take on this, Scott.
Mhm.
What we got declassified does not qualify to the Hollywood level of a disclosure day. Kind of a thing where oh my goodness, we have to look around. This is it. It's over. I mean, that meeting, which was overhyped as being not really what they said it was, but also
Yeah.
the kind of information we got wasn't that. But I'm not too worried about it, even as it stands now. So
No,
anyway.
I'm not surprised if we did have an actual thing like that.
Hmm.
And you'll see why I think that.
Okay.
So that kind of leads us towards, whoa, is he thinking there are aliens or not?
Yeah.
You'll see.
Hmm.
But what I think the thing is, you guys hit it great.
Hmm.
This is speculation, which is fun to do, but we have enough to worry about here in our own lives. Because I think the Bible, I like the acronym Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth.
Hmm.
When someone asks, well, why would God just create us just and confine us? Because one of the astrophysicists said this. Why is he going to it looks like we're just confined to the little cradle of Earth. Why are we confined here? And my answer is, what do you confine to cradles?
Hmm.
Babies.
Yeah.
You need to we as humans might need boundaries. We can barely handle things well enough here before even thinking about expanding outwards. Like, for example, that first picture, we can put all our money, we can put billions of dollars into the search for extraterrestrial life, or we could put it in something more close to home.
Hmm.
This picture has stuck in my head for so long because it's just such a horrible example of need here and someone who's a little bit healthier, a little bit stronger takes away, because that bag was in that kid's hand.
Hmm.
And I feel like we'd be doing that. There's a lot of things we could be putting billions of dollars towards here.
Yeah.
Second thing, Encyclopedia Galactica. What was Carl Sagan hoping for? Something with an advanced understanding of how maybe we should live. I don't know why he didn't consider the Bible.
Hmm.
Not only is the Bible that, but the Bible has evidence that it actually has scientific knowledge beyond human capacity, where no other source has that.
Hmm.
And as far as looking as God, you can look at God as a bully if you want to, but there's another side of it.
Hmm.
What if he actually loves and values you? And if you want to really explore some awesome stuff, don't you think the creator of the universe could take us to better places than Mars and Alpha Centauri?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's just the problem with aliens, the danger is it could steer our thinking in what I think are investing in wrong directions and missing the most important investments, which Christianity spells out pretty clearly in the Bible.
This is, by the way, let me just pause for a second here. This is interesting because oftentimes a lot of critics of religion in general, maybe Christianity in specific, will say that because we're so invested in a hereafter that we lose sight of that this life matters, which is of course not at all what the Bible teaches. It teaches a both and, is that there is a hereafter to come and there will be no more death and no more tears. But we're supposed to work in this life now for the kingdom of God on earth and do God's will on earth as it is in heaven. So there is no separation, but there's oftentimes this caricature of Christianity as being that. And what you're pointing out, Scott, is that if we have our eyes skyward and starward a little too much, and we have our hopes in these kind of things, that we can forget that there's work to do here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, would we really want to invite a guest over to Earth the way we've kept this house, as it is right now? I think we'd want to tidy up a bit first before
Yeah.
we start entertaining.
Mhm.
Yeah.